Tomorrow on the day of judgment, that day when people will be swimming in their own perspiration. That day when Anbiya will fall onto their knees begging Allah for the mercy of Allah. Ka'b Ahbar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu says, when Jahannam screams on the day of judgment, that scream will be so frightening that if you had the amal of 70 Nabis, you will still think Allah is going to throw you into Jahannam. 5 great Anbiya, amongst the galaxy of Anbiya, 5 great Anbiya. Nuh alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, and Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. From these 5 Anbiya, the other 4, Ya Rabbi nafsi, nafsi, Ya Rabbi nafsi, nafsi. Adam alayhi salam, Ya Rabbi nafsi, nafsi. Shis alayhi salam, Nuh alayhi salam, Lut alayhi salam, Salih alayhi salam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, Musa alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam, Yunus alayhi salam, Harun alayhi salam. Nabi upon Nabi, Ya Rabbi nafsi, nafsi, Ya Rabbi nafsi, nafsi. So that Ibrahim alayhi salam also will say, Ya Allah, save me from Jahannam. So that Isa alayhi salam will say, Ya Allah, la asaluka ummi Maryam. I am not asking you even to save my mother Maryam from Jahannam, save me from Jahannam. Only one individual, one personality on one side of Maidan-e-Hashr will be crying, and his cry will be a different cry. Ya Rabbi ummati, ummati. Ya Rabbi ummati, ummati. Ya Rabbi ummati, ummati. Have we forgotten the ihsan of that Nabi? Do we prefer the ways of his enemy over his way? Cry tears of blood. Cry tears of blood. If in this heart the azmat of one way of the Yahud and Nasara is more than the azmat of Sunnat. Cry tears of blood. If you see honor and dignity in the appearance of the Yahud and Nasara, and do not see it in the appearance of my Nabi who finished himself for you. Tomorrow on the day of judgment, how are we going to face him? When legion upon legion of Sahaba, some with their ears cut off, some with their nose cut off, some with their chest ripped open. Lawnuhu lawnu dam, wa rihuhu rihu misk. The color will be the color of blood, and the smell will be the smell of musk. They will be coming one by one in front of Allah. Tomorrow on the day of judgment, how are we going to face him? When on Arafat, when he gave this ummah the zimmedari and responsibility of tabligh of this deen, he exhorted them, La tusawwidu wajhi yawm al-qiyamah, in fulfilling this responsibility of propagating my deen to the 4 corners of the world. Do not become a source of embarrassment to me on the day of judgment. Allah will say to him, O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, what do you want? Ask, it will be granted. He will say, Ya Allah, begin the hisab. Begin the hisab. My ummah cannot wait anymore. They are suffering too much. The riwayat comes, pulpits, thrones will be sent down for the Anbiya alayhimu salatu wassalam. Anbiya will be sitting on their thrones. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, when my throne comes, I will not sit on it, because I fear that by sitting on it, it may take me away to Jannat. And if I go into Jannat, what will happen to my ummah? He says, I will not break the order of Allah also. I will place my hand on the throne, but I will not sit on the throne. And I will beseech my Allah, Ya Rabbi ummati, ummati. Ya Rabbi ummati, ummati. And he will carry on beseeching, and he will carry on begging until finally, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam says, Allah will give him permission that go into Jahannam also and take your ummah out of Jahannam. He says, I will carry on going, and I will carry on begging Allah until Malik, the keeper of Jahannam, will say, Ya Muhammad, ma tarakta li ghadabi rabbika fi ummatika min niqma. O Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, you have not left any chance for the anger of your Rabb on your ummah. Such a Nabi. Which facet of the ummah today is a source of coolness to that Nabi? The youth, the shamelessness of the youth of this ummah is like an arrow that is being fired at that Mubarak heart in Medina Munawwara. The shamelessness and the openly parading in the bazaars of the daughters and mothers of this ummah is like an arrow that is being fired at that Mubarak heart in Medina Munawwara. The lies and treachery and deception of the businessmen of this ummah is like an arrow that is being fired at that Mubarak heart in Medina Munawwara. May we be sacrificed on that Mubarak Nabi. 1 billion arrows, 1 billion arrows being fired at his heart, and still he is saying, Ya Rabbi ummati ummati, Ya Rabbi ummati ummati. I respected brothers, it was not my intention to speak very long. We don't know if we will live to see another Ramadan. We don't know if we will see the Hilal of Eid also. Every one of us in this gathering, these nights are given to us for sincere tawbah. From the bottom of our hearts, from the bottom of our hearts, make sulah with Allah. Make sulah with Allah and ask Allah from the bottom of our hearts, oh my Allah, you forgive me. We know the wrongs, we know the treacheries, we know what is going on in our homes and what is going on in our lives. But make that sincere intention that we will make 100% attempt to come unto the obedience of Allah. And first and foremost, from now till I die, I will not make another salah qaza. 5 times salah I will make in the masjid. And make tawbah from the bottom of the heart that we have turned our back on the day of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the night of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the cry and concern of Rasul Pak sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And on this Mubarak night, make ahad, oath, throw ourselves in the court of Allah that, Ya Allah, you accept me like you accepted Sahaba. Accept my wealth, accept my life, and take me to the 4 corners of the world to raise your name and the name of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah Ta'ala give each and every one of us tawfiq.